Hey, what's good, everybody? Today's Sunday, April the 11th. It is pouring rain outside, and we're under a stay-at-home order. So, sitting around, bored out of my mind. So I figured, with the musky season opening up in less than 2 months, just go over some of the tools that we definitely need on board. I know there's some of you that are just getting into musky, and not all of you guys are veterans. And know exactly what you need. So I figured this would be a good educational video to show you the must-haves and the probably should-haves on your boat when fishing for muskie. Some of the things that are good for the muskie, some of the things that'll save you too. So we'll start with the must-haves, and I think probably one of the most important tools is one that I don't have down here. It's in the garage, but we'll go over nets. You want a big net. In my personal opinion, one with very thick mesh with the coating on it. So it, when that muskie is thrashing around in the net and it gator rolls, it's not going to get caught up and add more time to the revival process or release process, if you will. So I personally use a Drifter Predator series. I think it's an XL or an XXL. It's a great net. The only downfall to that net, I think, is that it doesn't have a telescopic handle. So when you're fishing solo and you're trying to get that fish in the net with one hand and bring it in with the other, it can be tricky. But other than that, I love the net. It's, I think I paid $160 for it. I don't know if that's the price now. I bought it 3 years ago. But definitely well worth the price. I know a lot of my other buddies who I fish with use the Big Kahuna. I think that one has a telescopic handle. So those two nets are probably the ones I would probably recommend. Don't recommend the ones with the very flimsy mesh, just because it's a mess when when the fish get tangled up. It takes forever to untangle them, and then you got to worry about the hooks. And I mean, at that point, the chance of survival is a lot less than it would be if, you just had to worry about the hooks. So I'd say net is probably one of the most important things. Second most important things are these bad boys. I don't skimp out on hook cutters. I go for Nip-X, and I'm sure 99% of you guys who have them would agree with me. This is just something that you don't want to skimp out on. These are the best. You want to, these things cut hooks so easily. I'll give you a good example here. I think these are a number 9. Like, I don't even need to use 2 hands. That's coming out no problem. So Nip-X, preferably the ones with the long handles as well. I am not sure how long the handle is on these ones, but I mean, if the hook is buried deep, you're going to want ones with longer handles to get in deeper. I have a second pair on my boat as well. They're not the same as these ones, but these ones, just in case these go overboard or for whatever reason I just can't find them, having a second pair is good. These will cut them too. Not as well as these ones, but these ones will help as well. On top of that, good long pliers. You want the long ones for the same reason as you want the long handle on the hook cutters. If the hook's buried deep and you got to work, you don't want to sacrifice getting your hand all sliced up on their teeth. I'm sure we've all been there. It sucks. And you're bleeding for a really long time because muskies have an anticoagulant in their saliva that you bleed forever. So with that being said, Band-Aids on board, waterproof ones at that, are a very, very good idea as well. Hand sanitizers or those alcohol wipes, just in case you do get cut. So those are the big ones for me: net, hook cutters, pliers, spreaders. I don't have my good pair of spreaders. I don't know where they are right now, but I've got a big long pair. And what I've done at the end, so this is a pair that I don't use, but just to show you what I've done at the end is I've wrapped that in tape. I have my good pair, I have wrapped in electrical tape. And because of that, this is jagged, it's pretty sharp, and you don't want to puncture the roof of the muskie's mouth or the bottom. I'm sure a couple of you guys have pulled a fish out and have seen that, the hole in the bottom or the hole in the top, and that's probably from these or from Boca grips, which I do not recommend whatsoever. So those are the things that I'd say are must-haves on your boat. for muskies. And the things that you probably should have, the bonus stuff, here, bump board. This is my my handlebars one. Mike and Dana make these, and they're super affordable and they last forever. You honestly don't need anything bigger than that. I mean, that goes, well, sometimes you would, but this goes up to 70 inches, and it's foldable. I think they come in left hand and right hand as well, depending on what hand you are. So that's a must. I always carry a file on board as well, because sharpening hooks is a giant thing for me. It's something that I didn't have on board for the first 2 years of musky fishing. And I learned from some failed hook sets very quickly that this is a good thing to have on board. One thing I might actually upgrade to is I'm going to bring a power drill on board and get a like a stone bit, and sharpen hooks that way, and a lot easier. You can sharpen them on the fly. Split ring pliers, huge thing. These are by far my favorite split ring pliers that I've ever used. They're Xuron. I think I got these off of Amazon. I think they're about $10, but these things I don't know what it is about them, but these are the best split ring pliers I've ever owned. So yeah, there's that. I'm sure I'll be missing something here as well, but I'm just going over some things that you really should have on board. If you are a troller, Brotherhood rod leashes are probably the best ones. There are probably ones that you can get for cheaper. You could probably make rod leashes. I know a lot of guys use the parachute cable, I think, and super durable. Why not? But something else I don't skip out on. I got 2 of these on board with me at all times. Brotherhood makes the most badass rod leashes out there, in my opinion. So you don't want to lose $1,000 trolling setup or whatever you have. You know, spending money on this as opposed to losing that, it's a no-brainer for me. So rod leashes are a huge thing. And if you guys are running high-end baits, super expensive baits, collector's items even, whatever you want to call them, your hose baits, your DKs, your BWBs, your BRs, your Clarkies, all those baits, it's a heartbreaker if you lose that on a log 15 feet down and you can't get it. So I just picked one of these up this year. Bailey Lambert from BL Musky Lures makes these. Super awesome device, and I'd say the retrieval rate on these is pretty damn high. So what you do is you got rope attached to this, nice long rope. You put your fishing line through this and it slides down your line. It either, you know, grabs the hook or the lure, the chain, or this will just bump the bait off of whatever it's stuck on. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to get that bait back. So that's a huge thing as well. And as for that, I don't think I can really think of anything else. And I'm pretty sure once I stop recording, I probably will think of some other things to have on the boat. And feel free to put in the comments stuff that you guys use that I've missed. You know, I know a lot of guys who are just starting, or guys who've been doing this for a couple years, and there's some things that they may not think of. So I just thought I'd, out of boredom on this rainy Sunday afternoon, do a quick video for you guys. Feel free to share it. And yeah, feel free to let me know what I missed. Take care and be patient. 2 more months.